I'm Rachel Stevenson. I'm a graduate student in the Earth and Space Sciences department at UCLA, and I study comets. Yeah, so this is Comet Holmes right here. This was taken in November 2007, and this is a physical size comparison to the Sun and to Saturn. So Comet Holmes had this massive outburst and ejected a cloud of dust, and that cloud of dust was so bright and so rapidly expanding that just within a couple of weeks it actually grew to be the same diameter as the Sun. So this was the largest cometary outburst on record in recorded history. We think it was probably thermally induced, which means it happened after the comet had been pretty close to the Sun. So what happened probably was heat from the Sun permeated down, possibly to ice pockets or ice deposits inside the nucleus, which is the rocky core of the comet. And those ice deposits then converted into gas. Pressure built up on the inside of the comet, and at some point the gas pressure was just so great that it blew off a chunk of the surface. I find comets interesting because they can change on very short timescales. Comet Holmes went from being invisible with the naked eye on one day just to being visible with the naked eye, and it brightened by a factor of almost 1 million in about 24 hours. And comets have a lot of volatiles in them, so those are compounds such as water, carbon monoxide, and basically those things cannot survive in the inner solar system. These things are preserved from the very early days of the solar system. So comets are almost like time capsules. You can look at a comet and you can try to infer what the initial structure of the disk was. You can see what kind of compounds, what kind of molecules were around at the time that the planets were forming. So you can look at comets and you can kind of probe back and look back into the past with them. Probably the most exciting thing, especially working with comets, is that there could be another outburst at any time. One of the unfortunate things about comets is you can't always predict when they're going to do something interesting. But when they do, notifications go global within just a few hours, and then you can try and jump on something and get instant observing time and try to figure out what's going on with it. So it's quite dynamic, I think.